Wrong button. Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Flinger Foo, and during my videos that I make on YouTube, I get asked quite a bit, what is my favorite shoulder pet? Because I do a lot of stuff with different shoulder pets. I think all of them have their uses. All of them actually have a good use, but there are some that are better than others. And yeah, let's talk about them. So I compiled a list of 7. I wanted to go with the top 5, but you have to include 2 of them on there. You just have to. So yeah, I hope you guys agree with the list. And without further ado, here we go. And number 7 is pretty much Scorched Earth only. That's right, it is the little dude here on my shoulder. These guys right here, the jerboas. I mean, if you're playing on Scorched Earth, you're definitely going to want one of these because they will tell you exactly what is happening with the changing of the weather effects by how they give their little grunts, groans, squeals, moans, all sorts of cool stuff. And these guys right here, you can pretty much just knock them out in the wild by punching them, not putting a couple berries on them. They always come at level 1, and yeah, this is the only reason why they're included on this list is because if you're playing on Scorched Earth, they're for the most part required. So yeah. All right, next one. All right, the next one, and this is another one just like the previous one. This one takes us to Aberration instead of Scorched Earth. Now, this one right here, it's one of actually a group of 4. You can have glowtails, you can have bulb dogs, you can have the feather lights, or you can also have the the goats that fit on your little shoulder. This one right here, we've got a bulb dog just sitting right here. Happy little pooper, and he is a happy little pooper. I mean, look at him. Come on. But yeah, each of these 4, they have varying different determinations as to how their stats are generally distributed between charge capacity, charge regen, and charge emission range. Basically, you just find the one that works best for you. I personally like glowtails best just because, but then again, there's just something to be said about having a cute little lizard on your shoulder. It's really cool, but then this right here, you can have this really cool, happy little pooper on your shoulder. And these guys are absolutely, I mean, come on. This right here is just adorable. But yeah, how you use these guys, they're through the emote system. You go through this, and then you, you clap. Hold on. And then you use the clap to turn on your light. Just like that. And it works really, really easily. All right, next one. All right, the next one on this list takes us over to the lush, amazing area of Fjordur, where you can get the wonderful Fjord Hawk. These guys, they're actually pretty cool. You tame these guys by feeding them dead creatures out in the wild, and then eventually by feasting on the creatures that you give them, the carrion basically, you tame them. And these guys right here, they are very, very cool in the fact that when you die, or if you teleport via beds, when you bed hop is the commonly preferred term, is that they bring your items to you. It's really, really cool. So they do offer you some sort of protection in the fact that makes corpse runs a lot easier for you, and then that way there that yeah, you can get into a little bit more dangerous things, and also they can help you out with recovering your corpse. Also, they do have the extra added bonus that they will be able to spot, much like the dire wolves, damaged and weakened creatures out in the wild. See, like this right here, this guy, he's showing yellow as his damage right there, and then other things in the distance. I guess I didn't damage him enough. But yeah, they'll show you where they're weak and damaged prey out in the wilderness, so where you can kind of track them down. So not only do they help you with your corpse recovery, but they also help you track down wounded prey, just to make it a little bit easier for you, which is really, really cool. And you can find these guys all over the fjord. They are a very, very valuable shoulder pet to have. There are better on this list, and I'll get into those reasons as we go. But these guys right here, yeah, they come in at number 5, and they are very, very important, very cool pets. And not only to mention, I mean, come on. They're pretty dang cute on your shoulder. I'm just saying, all right? All right, the next one on this list, you can get pretty much just about anywhere throughout Ark. These guys are an original vanilla tame, and they are absolutely amazing. You passive tame these out in the wilderness. Careful, don't touch their butt. They'll run off. But these guys right here, they've got a couple different special abilities. One is that they can unlock locks. So if you leave them on wander, they'll just go around. They'll unlocking doors, opening doors everywhere that you can find them. These guys are mischievous little dudes. It's very, very cool. And the other thing is that what I like to call the get out of jail free card that these guys have on them innately, because these guys being monkeys, and when monkeys get upset, monkeys like to throw their poo. So when they throw their poo, they also like to snare things, which means that it gives you about 8 seconds to be able to run away from something. So if you're out, your dino dies, or if you're just on running around out in the wilderness, then you encounter, say, like a raptor. These guys, they'll throw poop at it. If it hits, then that raptor is snared, which gives you 8 seconds to get away from it, which could be, you know, the difference between life and death, which means these guys are extremely effective. The Fjord Hawk, they actually help you after you die. These guys help you not die, which is, in my opinion, better. So, yeah, that's why these guys come in at number 4, just because they are so dang good. Yeah, here, let me show you it in action. It is very, very efficient and effective. Here we go. There we go. See, it just threw poop at it, which means that that guy is going to be moving wicked, wicked slow for the next little bit. And that snare gives you so much more time to just get away from things. It is really, really helpful. And this snare works on things all the way up to the size of Spinos. So, yeah, if a Spino comes at you and you're running around with a spear, yeah, have your foo fling stuff at it, or your Mesopithecus, have your Mesopithecus fling its little, you know, wonderful Tootsie Rolls, and next thing you know, you've got 8 seconds to just get away, or at least to run to the next dinosaur, so that you can run past it and it'll aggro on, the Spino will aggro on that, and which leaves you just able to get away scot-free without being able to do a dang thing, or be able to hurt a dang thing. See, there we go. And even that's snared. Yeah. Mesopithecus, these guys are really, really amazing. All right, and the next one I want to talk about, you can find on most maps. It's the Giga. See, look, we've got a shoulder Giga. No, it's just visual tricks. I swear it's not a Giga. No, it's the number 3 one, and that is the Otter. These guys right here, they are extremely good at providing you with insulation, both hypothermal and hyperthermal, and it very much is dependent on the amount of melee damage that they have. So yeah, if you if when you're leveling these guys up, if you only level up their melee damage, it will give you all sorts of boosts on your hypothermal and hyperthermal when it comes round to it. Now, it's not a flat fee like another one later on in this, but it does have the potential to get really insane numbers when it comes to it. The other one I prefer better because it is a flat one and you can actually level up the other stuff. But the Otter is really, really good. The Otter you find in most water areas, most river areas when it comes to the different maps and such like that. You can find them swimming around all sorts of different places. There are different tricks on being able to tame them most effectively by picking them up in an Argent's beak and then feeding them, but that's only on PvP-esque servers, or that servers have PvP enabled on them. But these guys, they do have an additional, and then you feed them by giving them fish meat. Now, if you give them golden fish given to you via a Ichthyornis, then that gives them actually better taming quality. And then also face it. I mean, come on, these guys, they're insanely cute. I mean, look at that. I mean, can you stop looking at the tail? No, you can't. It's impossible. When you have that tail wrapped around you, it is just amazingly cute. All right, but these guys, they also do have another special ability. They have the ability to actually carry more than one artifact in their inventory, because see, if we have one artifact, we cannot put a second artifact in our inventory, no matter how much we try. But they are able to carry as many artifacts as they want in their inventory, which means that while you're gathering up a lot of the stuff for the boss fights, and then you want to have multiple runs for it, these guys take an Otter with you, load them up with artifacts, and then just call it good at the end of the day. Matter of fact, you can store, I mean, as many artifacts as you want in them, or as many artifacts as they can carry, and yeah, it's you can get out of there and you can just put them all inside other things once you get them. It's really, really efficient. So yeah, if you're getting ready for the boss fights or if you're going into the cold biome, get an otter. It really, really, really does help out quite a bit. Plus also the cuteness factor, I'm not even going to apologize. The cuteness factor, out of this world. It's amazing. All right, now the next one we're going to be talking about, the number 2 dino, or shoulder pet on this list is actually really, really cool. And it's these little guys down here. These cute little tender feroxes. These guys, they are really amazing. Just the amount of stuff they can do. Yeah, you put them on your shoulder. Here, let me show you. Watch the hyperthermal insulation on here. They actually provide you with a boost here. Now, it's not as much as the otters, but it is quite a bit of how much they can help you out with. And it is really effective for helping you get into the colder biomes. The otters, their scale with melee damage feroxes is not that much, which means that the otters can technically get higher hypothermal and hyperthermal, but 250 is still nothing to scoff at, because here we are, me with a 40 fortitude, that's all I've got, which means that these guys actually give you more than a 40 fortitude worth. So it's really, really cool just how much they give you. Plus, also, these guys have a little thing that's called element addiction. So now you throw them out on the ground. Say you're walking along on your wonderful dino, you're just your best dino that you've got. Say you've got a saber-tooth that you really love, and you've got a ferox on your shoulder, and you're just cruising around. And all of a sudden, something jumps out, rawr, and eats your saber-tooth. Your best saber-tooth, gone. Done. Well, don't worry about it. I mean, I would still worry about it, but it's not really that big of a thing, because now you can take and you can put your little element down here on, and watch this guy. As soon as you put element on your hotbar, he's like, yeah, I smell something's afoot. He's going to do that little I sniff, I sneeze, and then he's going to run towards you. I know. I mean, look at that. Isn't that just... Oh, that's so cute. I mean, look at that. I mean, how could you even pass that up? All right? And then you go like this, and then you press the button that has the element in your inventory, and you watch it grow. And now you can actually eat that thing that ate your favorite saber-tooth. And this thing is so good. I mean, the amount of jumping on this guy, climbing on this guy, picking up things and throwing on this guy, and just the amount of bashery that you can get involved with, it is extremely effective. These guys are super tough, super tanky, and they all come in the tiny little adorable form of a shoulder pet ferox, which makes these guys number 2, because these guys are totally deserving of number 2. And there's been this little yellow guy over here that I've just been picking on all video, but it's time for him to go away. Later, dude. I mean, look at that. That's how effective these guys are. And how fast they beat things up is extremely quick. Their attack speed is so fast. It is really amazing. And they can ground pound. They can pick up boulders and throw them. Yeah, it's very efficient. Also, you can grab things, you can climb up all sorts of stuff, even better than Thylas can. It takes a little bit to get used to, but once you get used to it, it is really, really efficient and effective. Yeah, so ferox, get one. They're totally worth it. All right. But yeah, all right. So now let's go talk about the next one, because the next one is so good that it even outshines all the ones before it, just because of the amount of just utility these guys are able to do. It is really, really awesome. All right, now in my opinion, the number 1 shoulder pet that has the absolute most utility out of any tameable shoulder pet currently in Ark, in my opinion, it is this guy. It is the Sonoma crops. These guys are so handy. They are so good. All right, let me start getting down through a bunch of the different things. Well, one, they can actually scream, and they can scare away all sorts of different things. Like that right there. Just screamed and scared away that Ichthyornis. Now, it has to have a smaller drag weight. It actually has to be like a shoulder pet or a small dino type creature in order for it to be scared away, but it can totally scare them. You can enable the auto scream by holding down R on PC, and then you can just enable it like that, or you can just have it scream like that. You can also, and this is unique to the Sonoma crops, you can use them as a little backpack. You can have them carry all sorts of different things, and then you can access it just by holding R. And then you can open it up just like that. It opens up the radio, you click that. It is absolutely amazing. Oh, man. And then, yeah, I mean, that right there alone is an amazing ability that most of the other dinos, I wish they would incorporate that functionality into the other shoulder pads. It would increase their level of usefulness so much, just exponentially. Now, one of the best things that these guys can do, hold on, let me get out of K mode. There we go. Well, another one of the things these things can do, one of the best things, is they can glide. Yes, while they're on your back, you can actually just jump and keep pressing the jump button and glide upwards like this, and then you can press your duck button to just start gliding as if you had a glider in your inventory. Now, I would not say this would be just the most amazing thing, since, you know, you do have gliders from Aberration and such like that, but their ability to stop mid-flight and gain more altitude, that's a game changer right there. That right there is an absolute game changer. Plus, you can just go right back into glide seamlessly, which makes these guys so good. I have tamed Argents in the air by using these guys. Never once did my feet touch the ground while I was taming them, and it is so good. You can fly all the way across the map. With these guys right here, you really don't need to have a ground mount just because, or a flyer mount, because these guys will take you anywhere you want to go. Now, with cryopods, you can go anywhere. You could throw out a dino, you could ride it wherever you want, and then you can still have the Sonoma crops on your back, and makes these guys so effective. Now, if I wanted to tame this Bronto, I absolutely could. Right from here. I wouldn't need a taming pin, I wouldn't need nothing. Yeah, it would get a little messy at times. I'd have to chase him down a little bit, but with the Sonoma crops on my back, I don't have to do that. I mean, it makes it so much easier. Yeah, you can tame things all you want and nothing will smack you at all. I mean, I haven't ever tried to tame a Giga, but I bet it is absolutely possible with just by Sonoma crops. Yeah, you may run out of stamina a little bit through it, and you may have to chase it down, but you could totally do it. Yeah, you could absolutely totally do it. But then again, Sonoma crops, I mean, these guys are just amazing. They're absolutely amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, with combined with all the other shoulder pets, and then with the Sonoma crops, these guys definitely coming at #1. So, yeah. Land a little bit. Yeah, all right. So that's my my take on the best shoulder pets currently in Ark Survival Evolved. Do you guys agree with the list? If you don't, make sure you put a comment down below. If you do, make sure you put a comment down below. Definitely make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And yeah, okay, all right. So hey, until next time, this is Flinger Foo, and take it easy, everybody. And I really hope the list helps out. All right? Take it easy, everyone.